Hello, welcome back to Andy Warhol Revelation on view at the Speed Art Museum. This section concentrates on three iconic women who made an impact on Warhol's life: Marilyn Monroe, Jackie Kennedy, and Julia Warhola, his mother. Although he never met Marilyn Monroe, he immortalized her on canvas after she died. Marilyn was admired as a rising Hollywood star, and it's an image that most people associate with Andy Warhol. This section also includes canvases depicting Jackie Kennedy. Jackie was an admired First Lady, Catholic First Lady, diplomatic and fashionable. She was partially responsible for helping bring the Mona Lisa to the United States for the first and only time, which Andy saw at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and later depicted on canvas using a brochure from that exhibition. Jackie Kennedy and Marilyn are important to Andy's career because of the subject matter and the time. Andy was depicting current events. We might look at this in a nostalgic way, but Andy was using source material taken from the period. The image of Marilyn comes from a source photo for the film Niagara, and the Jackies uses 8 source photos around the assassination of JFK. This section also includes portraits of Andy Warhol and his mother, Julia. You'll notice they're all the same size. In Andy Warhol's tradition, he typically would take on commissioned portraits and make them all the same size, 40 by 40. You couldn't get a larger one or a smaller one. You could only buy more of them. Typically, a patron would go to his studio, sit for a glamorous photo shoot, and return later for an unveiling of the portraits. Whatever the patron didn't purchase would be sold to others. Julia Warhola died in 1972. When she died, Andy didn't speak much about it, and it wasn't until 2 years later, 1974, that he made a series of portraits depicting Julia. You'll notice the painting looks a little bit different. It doesn't look machine-made. We often think of Warhol in the silkscreen process, that an artist didn't touch it, but you'll notice the gesturally quality to it. The portraits of Andy Warhol are from 1986. He would go on to pass away in February of 1987. These are the last self-portraits he made of himself. A creature of transformation, Andy Warhol would often depict himself through the decades and through different styles. Thanks for watching. Come see Andy Warhol Revelation at the Speed Art Museum on view through November 29th.